You've also announced in recent weeks deals with Japan, the Philippines,
So
Indonesia,
we made a deal with the
Vietnam.
Philippines, which was wonderful, and they're opening up also. We want everyone to open up. Frankly, we want China to open up. If we could get China to open up, that's one I've been working on. And it would be good for unity, good, our companies would go in there, they'd compete, they'd become friends. A lot of good things happen when you open up. The European Union was essentially closed to doing business with the United States. You couldn't really get in. They didn't take cars, they didn't take agriculture, they didn't take very much. And they've opened up entirely. We'll be able to sell a full complement of cars, trucks, SUVs, everything. And ultimately, it's going to be good for them. And I think they're also going to come over and build plants in the United States. And when you do that, you don't have to pay the tariffs. And they'll be paying a 15% tariff on everything.
So you've now, with the deals that you've already announced, and now these latest ones, I would imagine that we're going to see deals with Thailand and Cambodia soon, because that was the condition for the peace deals.
That will happen.
But the point is that we've already seen close to 60% of worldwide GDP are now in deals with the United States. Close to 2 billion people worldwide, population-wise, are now in these trade pacts that you've negotiated this year.
The biggest thing that's ever happened. There's never been anything like it. Just the deal with Europe, if you look at that deal is bigger than any deal that's ever been made. But the biggest deal of all is the deal on tariffs.
Yeah.
If you look at the tariff deal, the whole concept of tariffs, which covers sort of everybody, the tariff deal that we made is by far the biggest deal ever made. There's never been a deal so big. You could buy IBM or one of our major companies 100 times, maybe 1,000 times, and it wouldn't equate to the kind of numbers you're talking about here. And we're taking in, the United States is becoming very rich very fast. We're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. You saw last month they had a surplus of $26 billion, and everyone said, where did that come from? I said, it came from tariffs. We had a surplus for the first time in 40 years of $26 billion. Everyone was wondering, like, where did this come from? When I was in Saudi Arabia, the king, and also other people throughout at NATO and other places, but the head of Qatar also, and the head of UAE, and the king in that particular region, they said almost the same words. They said, 1 year ago, your country was dead. They actually said dead. We had a dead country. Our country was maybe not going to make it. They said, now you have the hottest country in the world. And it's only been 6 months, it's 6 months. And we still have things to do. The border is great, but we have to get a lot of people out that came in here illegally and that are criminals at the highest level, including murderers. We have to get them out. What the Democrats did to this country is unthinkable, unthinkable. And we are getting them out. Tom Homan and Christie, as you know, are doing a great job. But we are really set to have, I call it the golden age. This is the golden age of America.
On the tariffs front, with all of these successes and these deals that you're seeing, we saw a lot of people criticize your tariffs at the beginning of this thing. Do you think the critics are, they got egg on their face? Are they wrong here? Have you proven them wrong?
Many of them have apologized. Many of them didn't understand tariffs. Even economists, they didn't understand. It's a negotiation, basically. When you say that you're going to pay X% on any product that you put into our country, they're taking our jobs. They're closing our plants when they do this. They have to pay a price for it. So our country was the richest from around 1870 to 1913. Proportionately, it was the richest. That was a golden age in a sense. We were so rich, we had so much money, we didn't know what to do with it. That was when we had a tariff country. We took money from outside countries. And stupidly, in 1913, they went to a income tax system, and the rest is history. And look, it's done fine, but we owe $36 trillion. You wouldn't owe $36 trillion with tariffs. And we'll be paying off debt, and we'll be doing a lot of things with this money. This money that's coming in is at levels that nobody's ever seen before. Our country has never seen money, and you cover it better than anybody. Our country has never seen money come in at this level. Would you agree?
I agree with you, Mr. President, yeah. So now your Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, is, while we're here, meeting with the Chinese delegation on trade in Stockholm, Sweden. I believe it's his third such trip to meet with them. What are some of the things you're hoping happens on that front with China?
Well, we want to have them open up. We want to have the certain things. We want to be fair. We're getting along very well with China. The trade deal so far is good. I actually raised the tariffs. At one point they were 145%, which means you can't do any business. But it was a little bit excessive, to put it mildly. And basically that stopped trade between the United States and China for 1 month. And that was not good for China. That was, they had a tough period of time. They were losing factories, closing factories, and I don't want that to happen. But we're having very productive discussions with China. That's all I can tell you. It's a little bit different. The China is different. The European, interestingly, is the biggest trading deal, but the China is very important to us.
I know you have a great personal relationship with Xi Jinping. Is that, do you envision a time down the road, an in-person meeting between the two of you guys, possibly in China or possibly at the White House or somewhere else?
He wants me to go there, and he's going to come here, and we're just going to work out dates, but we look forward to it, actually. It was one of the most incredible trips in my first term. It was, I think, maybe the most incredible trip nobody's ever seen. And Saudi Arabia was incredible also. In particular, those two trips were, nobody's ever seen anything like them. Very different, but equally incredible. But the China trip was with the Great Hall, and I don't think you were there.
It wasn't.
But it was something that was unparalleled. There's never been anything. And they said they're going to do it bigger and better this time. So we'll see what happens, but we'll most likely be going to China in the not too distant future, maybe before this year is out, and he'll be coming here.